been eagerly awaited by the South London club. Wimbledon's current form was good, while Arsenal had picked up just 5 points out of a possible 18 in the last few weeks. So the chance of a first ever win over an Arsenal side hit by injury and illness was on the cards. Such optimism took an early knock though, when after only 3 minutes Arsenal broke with authority and speed. The pace was provided by Perry Groves, unsettling the Wimbledon defence and setting up a chance at the near post for Niall Quinn. There then followed an uneasy spell for the home side in which their keeper Dave Besant nearly gifted the silliest goal of the season. Dave is renowned for his extrovert style of keeping, but this incident was more on the eccentric side and one which might just keep him awake tonight. What's that old saying about never taking your eye off the ball? At this stage Arsenal continued to have the better of things, and really it didn't come as too much of a surprise when they took the lead after 23 minutes. Groves' pace forced Wimbledon to concede a throw-in, and Arsenal were able to benefit from it, David Rocastle clipping in a perfect cross to the head of Quinn. "1-0 to Arsenal, and a moment of encouragement to the tall Republic of Ireland international who has lost his place to Alan Smith this season. It's also a goal which keeps Quinn in Irish manager Jack Charlton's thoughts, with the European Championship finals not that far away. So the first half belonged to Arsenal and their huge following, but what a turnaround within 3 minutes of the second half starting. Straight from the kick-off, Wimbledon attacked through Dennis Wise. Forcing his way to the goal line, he cut in and hit a precise cross which Alan Cork met superbly. 1-1, and a goal which owed a great deal to referee John Moulds. With his linesman flagging furiously for a free kick, he allowed play to go on, and Wimbledon reaped the benefit. Almost immediately, Cork returned the compliment to Wise as Wimbledon used the strong wind to their advantage. The well-known tactic of putting opposition under pressure from Besant's huge kicks worked a treat, although the Arsenal defence will be asking itself a few questions as well. They failed to clear the danger, gave the ball away, and this time it was Cork who set up the chance for Wise, one which the little number 11 took supremely well. 2-1 to Wimbledon, and Arsenal with only themselves to blame, although all credit to Wise for the left foot strike. For the next 20 minutes, Wimbledon literally laid siege to the Arsenal goal, with several clear-cut chances. First, Steve Williams was caught in possession in his own box by Sanchez, and only a magnificent save by John Lukic denied Alan Cork his second goal. Carlton Fairweather's cross being side-footed. It was unusual to see the Arsenal defence so rattled and unsure, but that's the way it stayed for quite a while. Another long kick from Besant caused panic, and Fairweather's snapshot brought Lukic to his knees again. All this Wimbledon superiority took place in the 20 minutes that followed the interval, but then Arsenal came back. Kenny Sansom's long free kick led to David Rocastle threatening, and when Quinn went down in the box there were appeals for a penalty. The referee's whistle stayed silent, and clearly he thought Fairweather's left leg was stuck out in a genuine attempt to win the ball. But if that was a close call for Wimbledon, take a look at this one, as Rocastle rounds Besant, only to see his shot brilliantly stopped on the line by the impressive Andy Thorne. With time running out fast, Rocastle was then involved in a fine Arsenal move. Running with the ball, he found Martin Hayes, who in turn got behind the defence, but the low cross evaded Quinn's lunging boot. It was to be Arsenal's last real chance of snatching a point, because 4 minutes later, in the 89th minute, Wimbledon sewed the game and 3 points up. Once again, questions have to be asked about the Arsenal defence, not so much in the build-up, but when Sanchez found Vinnie Jones totally unmarked with the long ball. A cool calculating finish, and Wimbledon were home and dry. Wimbledon 3, Arsenal 1, and a game of great entertainment for the unbiased observer and, of course, the home fans. But what a contrast in moods between the two managers. For Arsenal's George Graham, the surprising slump in form continues. For Wimbledon's Bobby Gould, another bit of history for the club, and just as important.
Excellent game for football, Willow. It's a great game for people to come and see so many chances created. Nightmare for managers and coaches, but at the end of the day, anybody that's not enjoyed that game of football, not worth coming to watch football.
Yes, I would have done if I was a fan, but unfortunately, it's my living, so obviously the result was poor for us. Looking back on the game, I think they outplayed us for about 25 minutes. Apart from that, I thought we had control of the game. We had a lot of chances, especially away from home, but what really upset me is we were defending. I thought it was awful.
After such a long unbeaten run, a winning run, this must be disappointing for you in terms of the championship.
Yes, it is, but people mustn't forget that we've got about half a dozen players of 21 and under today. When things are going well and you're on a winning run, they just go out and enjoy it. They're well organised, they're full of running. But when they sort of get a defeat or two, then their heads begin to drop. And that's a learning process, and it's something that they're going to have to sort of learn quickly if we're sort of going to go for honours.
Yeah, well, we've taken Liverpool to task here, 1-1, Everton 1-1, Notts Forest 1-1, and now we've beat Arsenal 3-1. And the players have a system that they believe in. Two players that have done well over the last 48 hours, Loris Sanchez and Vincent Jones. And that's the engine room. And if those lads can motor like they have done over the last 2 games and keep that going to the end of the season, we won't be far away.
Quite nice that it was against one of your old clubs as well.
I think it's especially happy for Don Howe, who's suffering with a cold, had 2 dispirin at half-time to clear his headache because he didn't think we'd played that well. But no, we've come away, we beat West Ham, we beat Arsenal, but at the end of the day, we've got to take out the Maxwell might now. We've got to play Derby, we've got to play Oxford within 24 hours, and if they get through that, we've had a good Christmas.